So I want to talk about canceled sequels, specifically the canceled sequel to Pixar's Monsters Inc. because bruh, it sounded so good. Now, as we all know, we did get a sequel to Monsters Inc. being the prequel Monsters University, but this wasn't always the plan. Originally, we were gonna get a movie titled Monsters Inc. 2 Lost in Scaradise. I ain't gonna lie, that title go kinda crazy. The plot of this movie states, a few years after the events of the first movie, Mike and Celia are getting married. Mike and Celia are invited to Boo's 7th birthday, only to find an old lady in her bed. They found a note saying she moved away. They must set off on a quest through the human world to find her, meeting new banished characters and freeing them while getting helped by two monsters, Simon and Rodney, in the process. Now, everything here checks out aside from that last part saying they got help from two monsters being Simon and Rodney. I watched the video breaking down the entire plans for the film, and Simon and Rodney were human antagonists. But everything else checks out because in some of the artwork for the canceled sequel, you see Mike and Sully walking through that door, and Boo is not laying in that bed. That's someone else. And due to some antics that happens, Mike and Sully cannot get home. The only way they can get home is if they find Boo wherever she is and go through her closet door. Which breaks into the adventure of the film. And along said adventure, Randall pops back up into play, and he has a bit of a mini redemption arc because Randall is the one helping them find their way to Boo to get back home. And along their journey, they come across so many other banished monsters like the Abominable Snowman from the first one. And this is where they input other monsters like him, like the Chupacabra, Bigfoot, all of them myths and folklore characters. But through some hijinks and a long journey, Mike, Sully, and Randall do find their way to Boo's house, and they find Boo. And they didn't even bother trying to interact with Boo simply because they were pressed for time and Mike had to make it back for his wedding. But when they opened Boo's closet door, nothing was there. It was a regular closet. And Randall states that is because Boo does not believe in monsters anymore. Since she doesn't believe in monsters, there's no portal in her closet. So what they do is they find Boo's little brother who knows Mike because Mike is the comedian monster in his closet. They get him to make Boo remember who they are, they reunite, all that good stuff. Mike makes it back in time for his wedding. Mike and Sully are now comedians making kids laugh for Monsters Inc. Sully was the CEO of Monsters Inc., but he wasn't failing that position. And the movie ends with a bittersweet conversation between Boo and Sully. If you want a full in-depth breakdown, find this video on the Red app. This is what we should have gotten, bro.